Hello, I'm Eric.
And I'm Melissa.
And today in our series celebrating 30 years with the Sega Master System, we are going to talk about the big three RPGs that are available.
This is going to be good.
This is going to be good. This is one of my favorite, probably one of my favorite genres. And it all started by playing RPGs on the Sega Master System. And so I'm going to jump right into the very first one. This is the first RPG I ever played.
In your life.
It is Miracle Warriors, Seal of the Dark Lord. That's right. Many NES people, fans, owners, tell me about their wonderful memories renting games. And it turns out that there weren't that many rental shops that rented Master System games. But my buddy, the only other guy I knew who had a Master System, found one. And he chose Miracle Warriors. And so went over to his house. It was actually a cold and rainy night. I don't know if it was cold, but it was rainy. There was a bad thunderstorm. And we stayed up all night and played Miracle Wars. And I had never played a game like it. This was fantastic. It was, it's an RPG. It's very simplistic by today's standards. I think objectively, most people wouldn't like it. But I always felt a great sense of exploration with this. There's a vast map. You feel very small, very insignificant. You wander this map, you can kind of tell when you've gone into an area where you're not strong enough. The start of the game, maybe like just to get started, is a little tricky because you gotta find this one enemy that gives you enough gold that you can kind of build yourself up. But once you do that, it's fantastic. It's very simple. You know, you gather your party together, you get your weapons, and you go attack the final boss. All the while exploring several towns. There's a giant map. There's magic. There's caves. I love the music in this game. Just absolutely wonderful. I played this several times, and I still go back to it every now and then. This is a fantastic game. I love this game. Miracle Warriors, Seal of the Dark Lord for the Master System.
Are there maps for this? Or that you came with?
It came with a map.
Oh, look at that.
In fact, I guess I will admit there is a map online. If you look for the map online, chances are one of the top hits you're going to hit is the one that I made.
Yeah.
Back in the days of emulation, I wanted to get this game out to some people, so I drew up a map, and it's a stylized version of this, or a simplified version of this map. But if you look for a map out there, chances are it's mine.
That's kind of cool.
Anyway, Miracle Warriors. Okay, and then I want to talk about another. This is maybe a later game. I didn't get this until many years later, and I've played this one also. This is Ys, the Vanished Omens. I think the title is a mistranslation. I think it's supposed to be Ys the Vanished. Ys something. Ys the Vanished. I forget how the real name is, but the title is a mistranslation. This is an action. It's a little. It's pretty much pretty much most of the game takes place out in a field or in this big giant tower. And one interesting thing about it is that the battles are not turn-based battles or anything like that. You kind of run into, you just kind of bump into your the enemies, and then they do damage or they do damage to you. So it's very fast-paced, very fast-paced game. And again, like Miracle Wars, the beginning of this can be a little bit of a challenge, but there's a couple of towns that you can talk to, but mostly you're doing this big tower crawl, this big dungeon, powering up, getting your items, and doing this very quick kind of attack.
So can you see your enemies like on the screen?
Oh yeah, they're on the screen.
Can you avoid them?
Yeah. Yeah, they're wandering around and you just kind of run into them. So yeah, unlike traditional JRPG where it's a random encounter, this one you can see your enemies on the map. The series is tremendously popular.
Yes.
We have Ys, Origins. We've got Ys 8 now that came out in the last couple of years. So there's been plenty of these games. They made it onto the TurboGrafx, the 16-bit era, and of course onto the PS2 era, and now even modern consoles. So this is where it all started. This is book one of the Ys, the Vanished. I forget the name of it. The Vanished Omens. Okay. And then finally, the king of Sega Master System games, the RPG, of course, it's Phantasy Star. Why don't you talk about this? You've played this one.
I have played this one. When we first got married, I was looking for something to play, and you said, you should play through the Phantasy Star. And I said, okay. Okay. So this is my first RPG ever. And I played it, and luckily, having you in my corner, I had maps.
The maps that I had previously used, Yep. That I drew up on graph paper
for all the caves.
Yeah.
And so it made it a little bit easier for me.
Tell us about the caves. What's the deal with the caves that required maps?
They go left. They have like
they're first person.
Yeah, they're first person. So you are just walking, doop doop doop, and then you're like, oh, do I go left or right? And then you have to remember, okay, I went left, doop doop, but then you have to. You can get lost.
You can get lost because it's first person.
You can't remember, which way you went because you can't see where you came from, or in front of you as to where you could go next.
Yeah.
So
the caves are like corridors. So. Yeah. It's like walking down a narrow tunnel and they branch off and they go all different ways.
And it's got great music.
Great music.
I'm hearing it right now in my head as we are talking about this and looking at these pictures and thinking of these caves.
The game is unbelievable, right? The music and the graphics are incredible. For an 8-bit system, even for the Master System.
Yeah. It's a good story. Colorful. I mean, it's all around good. It's
tell us, there's 3 planets, right? This is a huge RPG. You go to these 3 planets, right? You start out on a green kind of planet, and then what are the other 2? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
There's like a desert.
Yeah, and then
an ice planet.
Ice planet. Okay.
So yeah, there's 3 different planets. Yeah. It mixes science fiction and magic, which I loved back in 1988. I thought that was the greatest, right? This has magic and swords and robots and spaceships, and It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's an incredible RPG.
Yeah.
And I think it holds up.
Mm-hmm.
I think it holds up to this day. If you've never played any of the Phantasy Stars, start with this one. Mm-hmm. And it's available in a couple of different places.
I'm sure you can find the maps. Somebody who's done maps.
Oh, yeah. Now there's maps. Yeah, you can find the map.
No,
you don't need my hand-drawn graph paper anymore.
I do remember, too, when I did this, like, I remember I took notes. Like, I had, like, a little notebook, and I would take notes about different people, and because I never played an RPG before, and different weapons and things like that.
So would you say it kind of... Did you fall in love with the RPG?
I kind of did. I mean, currently, right, I'm playing an RPG that I'm loving right now, you know, so...
What did you play right after Phantasy Star?
I played Phantasy Star 2.
Yep. We went through the games. I think we skipped 3.
We did.
But you did play Phantasy Star 1, 2, and 4. Mm-hmm. And, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Good place to start.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
All right.
Okay, so that's it for this video. We hope you're really enjoying our series. And please check back for more videos as we celebrate 30 years with the Sega Master System.